In this video, I'm going to be talking about my first 6 months in the United States. How time flies! Oh my god! Oops! I can't believe it's already 6 months. 6 months of bravery. I took the bold step, left my family and friends, got on a plane to a new country alone. Well, with Jesus. So, guys, in this video, I'm going to tell you about my first 6 months living alone in the United States of America, how it has been for me, all the tears and the laughter and joy. Watch until the end. How was my first 6 months in the United States? 6 months in the United States. And so let me gist you guys. Are you ready? Because I feel like even like in this whole experience that I've had, anyone who is coming to the United States or anyone who is willing to come to the United States or anywhere in the world, if you're relocating or if you're going for your masters, you can learn one or two things from this video. Now, it is very exciting to want to move to a new country or to want to go and do your masters in a new country. It's exciting. There's a level of joy, especially if you're coming from Nigeria. Don't ask me why. There's a level of joy and that whole trepidation that you kind of feel, right? But the truth is, it comes with a whole lot of change. And as you know, like, change is constant because as human beings and as long as we're alive, we'll always experience change. Now, the first 6 months is actually very phenomenal and it would leave you like with so many chances of second guessing your choice. Like, oh, should I have taken this decision to come here? Oh, do I want to go back to my country? You know, that kind of thing. It will test your stamina. It will test you, that kind of thing. And I feel like nobody actually really talks about the mental part of it. Like, it takes a mental toll on you. And because you're not just moving to a country to relax, you're moving to actually like get going, a continuation of your life in your country, but it's just like you're in a new place. So it's not like you're just going there to relax and chill. Like, it takes a whole lot on your mental health. And let's not even talk about the loneliness, the homesick kind of feeling, missing your friends. And for me, like, any small thing I started crying. Any small thing, I'm a crybaby, sorry. And any small thing, like, I just cry. So it's just not been easy. The first 6 months, there are days when I will just like come back home and I'll sit on the bed or on my chair and I'll just be crying. I have cried. Okay, let me start. Now, I think the first thing I'll talk about is setting up the home, right? Or setting up your apartment. So when I came to the United States, I didn't know, when I came here, especially to my city, I didn't know anybody, right? It was just the person that I'd connected with on LinkedIn, and I said, oh, please, I'm going to stay in your apartment when I come and all that, because I didn't know anywhere. And Niolo, that I will go and, as me alone means I don't have money that I'll go and used to go and give to Airbnb for like days or weeks before I move into my apartment. And I have not even like got an apartment yet. At the time, I had not got an apartment yet because the apartment I wanted to get, it was already like filled up. They didn't have any more slots. So I was just confused. So I was like, you know what, when I get here, I'll figure it out. Okay, so for me, God was very fortunate. I had someone to stay with, and that person is my very good friend right now. Very, very good friend, and I'm so grateful for that. And so like the next thing is, sorry, something's on my screen. The next thing is actually like having to figure out where to stay. And then when I eventually got where to stay, I had to like wait 2 more weeks. Because in this place, even if you sign your lease, even if you say you want to move in on the 30th of let's say October has 31 days. If you move in on the 30th of October, you will still pay for the full bill for that October. So it's just best you wait to move to first day in November, that kind of thing. So that's what I did. I didn't move in just immediately, because if I had moved in on the 19th of August, then it meant that, that's an example, it meant that I would still pay like for the whole month, and could make sense. It doesn't really make sense. You get it. The second thing I would say is I really had to up my mental game. Oh God. I told you that I'm a crybaby. I cry any small thing, I'm crying. Any small thing, I'm already crying. And so I had to be realistic with myself to say, even first of all, this is not a holiday, and you just moved to a new country, so you have to live like the way you're living back in your home country. But the truth is, when I was in Nigeria, I used to cry a lot too. So I just told myself that I cannot stop myself from crying because it's therapeutic to me. So let me cry my cry in peace. But I'm here for work. I'm here to read book and to work and to survive. So like I had to up my mental game more. I had to say, you know what, Yvonne, you have to motivate yourself. It's not like in Nigeria where like everything is motivating yourself. Everything in Nigeria is should, as it motivate will motivate you to push hard. So that kind of feeling here where it's like, okay, I'm here now. It's a dead feeling. Don't have it. If you're coming to the United States, in your first 6 months, you're going to feel like kind of less motivated. Don't let that get to you. Up your mental game and also establish a routine. I realized that it's not kind of easy to just be in, for me, like either I'm in school or I'm in the house, but then like it's something that you signed up for, so you need to actually prepare your mind to say, okay, I'm going to wake up at 6 a.m 6:30 a.m, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Set your to-do list, go about it. Like the whole thing just helped me keep grinding, like just keep grinding. I think another thing that in my first 6 months that I really learned to do was ask questions. Oh my goodness. In this America, you will ask questions. Information is actually very powerful because information is powerful in general, but information is powerful here, because like triple powerful, because if you don't know something, then it's either you're missing out on that thing and you just find yourself in trouble because you never sought to really know about something. So in my first 6 months, I was always asking questions where I wanted to know what were the rules. I wanted to know what was allowed and what was not allowed. I wanted to know like just certain things about just the environment. Also, there's no pride though. There's no pride in this place to say, oh, I'm not going to ask questions. If you don't ask questions, it's yourself that you're doing. So I needed to like be honest with myself, push beyond my boundaries, because I know that I'm not really like a people kind of person. So like I had to just be wise about it. Anyways, I think another thing that I really learned, I just talked a bit about it, is having to meet people and appreciate people and put myself out there. As someone who doesn't really like to put myself out there, like I'm the person who just wants to be my own world and my own space, I think it was very important in my first 6 months to want to meet people and to want to attend parties. Nigerian parties. Don't ask me why. Okay, let me tell you why. I love to attend Nigerian parties here because of the food. Oh my god, I just love to eat Nigerian food. I love it. I told you guys in a previous video, I think somewhere here, I'll link it up, where I said that, oh, I was talking about like some things I realized in the United States, and I was just trying to say that I love Nigerian food any day, anytime. And when there's a Nigerian party, I'm excited to go because I know that it's a sure Nigerian dishes. So I don't joke with it. But beyond just the dishes, I think it's another way to also meet your fellow Nigerians, meet also people from other countries, because in some of these parties, like some other people invite their friends. Like I was recently in a birthday party where like there were some Americans eating amala and ewedu. Oh my god, I can't put that video here, if not there, you guys will laugh. Like Americans eating amala and ewedu. Do you know how like funny that day was? In fact, one was sweating. Like the other one was eating egusi and she was red. I saw her red. We kept saying sorry. Oh my god. So please, you have to put yourself out there. You have to meet people. You want to be around people, because that way you're able to get information. You're also able to kind of kill the loneliness, because like if you have someone that you can want to talk to, even though here everybody's busy with their lives, but if you have someone you can kind of talk to, then that's kind of fair. You know what I mean? Another thing that I think that I also did in my first 6 months is always find something to do with my time. So as someone who, like, when I was in Nigeria, back to back to back to back to back, we were always working. I was always like working. Even Saturdays and Sundays I was working because I was teaching kids on the weekends. Like, I'll do my corporate job on Monday to Friday, then Saturday and Sunday I'll go and do my passion job of teaching kids. Hey, it was not funny. So like, I was always on the grind. But here, there are some times when you are free, you know, because you can't always be reading book. It's not easy to be reading book 247. I'm not that kind of person that any small break is book. Like, no, I love reading, don't get me wrong, but like, you also have to like take some time to rest. And so in my free time, I told myself that, you know, I'm going to sleep when I want to sleep. Not always though, but when I'm free, like, I want to rest, you know, I want to see documentaries because I love documentaries, you know, like, just try to do something productive with my time, and also something unproductive, because you can't always want to kill yourself with productivity all the time. Maybe you be Elon Musk. Even Elon Musk self is chilling on Twitter sharing memes. You get it. So yeah, that's like one thing that I really found to do something useful and unproductive kind of with my time. Another thing I say in my first 6 months is the need to want to explore. So in America, there are a lot of cities. I don't know how many cities, but there are a whole lot of cities, and like, this country is big. I'm in Texas, but Texas is big. Like, from here to Dallas, from the city I'm in to another city, Dallas, I have to fly. If I want to take like road transportation, I have to go, like, it would take me like 6 hours. So like, it's so big, and there are a lot of places to want to explore also, you know. So I feel like one thing that I really like found out in my first 6 months and I loved is actually to explore. Like, I've been to New Mexico and it was fun, although I have a problem with food. Like I said in my previous videos, that I don't really like any food that is not really Nigerian food. So when I even went to New Mexico, I starved for 2 days. I didn't eat food for 2 days. You can imagine that. So I think that's one thing that makes me scared of exploring, like, different cities. But apart from that, like, I really love just going out. This summer I'm also going to explore another city. I've been to Dallas, which is another city. Like, small. You know, you cannot just be traveling anyhow, because me, I don't really have money to just be traveling anyhow. But then, like, if you think about the money all the time, you will just never even be able to travel. So like I said, I will do it, but bit by bit at my own time. But yeah, exploring even your surroundings. There are really nice places that you can check around and just like see, take a walk, go for a jog, you know, that kind of thing. I loved it in my first 6 months. I think another thing which I would say I didn't really like about the exploring thing is, in Nigeria, like, you can't want to go to the beach. I can just call a friend and say, oh, can we go to the beach next weekend? And if the friend is free, they'll be like, oh yeah, we can go. And you go to the beach and you have fun. I've not been to the beach like ever since I came here. And then I'm not really able to do that because I don't really love the food. So I can't really go to restaurants. Do you get? So I'm not saying, oh, can we go to this restaurant or that restaurant? Like, nah, do you get? I don't really like that. And I skipped something. I was going to talk about people. People are very helpful in this place, especially like your fellow Nigerians, because here I don't have a car, and so I've had this friend called Tammy. Shout out to you. Tammy and Kush, those are my two real friends, like two super friends here. Anyways, and so like Tammy is always willing to take me somewhere. If I want to go, we go shopping together, we do a lot of things together. If not, do you know, I would have paid a lot of money for Uber. God bless Tammy. Last thing I'd like to say that, you know, in my first 6 months I've really like get to tell myself is to relax. Baby girl, relax. Because first of all, moving is exhausting. Keeping strong is exhausting. As you see me like this, I'm smiling, I'm looking fresh and fine, no pimples. Sorry, I'm kidding. Like, it's actually exhausting because sometimes, like, I think I just want to pour out my heart. But they're like, I don't have my mama here, I don't have my sisters here, I don't have anybody here. So, G gets. So, like, all this whole thing is exhausting. And having to work and school is exhausting. So, what I tell and having to think of the next step, because, like, you're always thinking of the next step because you're always on the grind. It's exhausting. So, what I tell myself is to chill and relax. And let today take care of itself. Tomorrow take care of itself, because worrying and over worrying myself like will not help. Even though I worry sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, but like, who has worrying helped? Who has it helped? If you know anybody that's helped, please tell me. So like, you get this whole kind of thing. I think my first 6 months has just been very, very dramatic. It moves like this, it moves like the wind. It was super fast. I've done 2 semesters already. Like, it's just a lot. And if you are moving to a new country for your masters or for JACBA or whatever, just remember that your first 6 months is going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot. And in conclusion, I would say that my advice would be to manage your expectations and be mentally prepared. Don't have wild expectations, it will shock you. Don't do. Manage your expectations and be mentally prepared for whatever comes. So have I really found the cure, the solution to my feelings of wanting to always be around like my loved ones and all that? No, but I'm still positive and I'm always looking forward to every day for what the next day holds, for like the possibilities, because I'll eventually like see my family someday and all that. So guys, this is pretty much a summary of my first 6 months in the United States. I hope you are able to also learn something from this video, because it's not all glamour like I always tell you guys in all my videos. So yeah, that's the end of this video. If you like this video, please do well to subscribe and share and comment. I will see you guys in my next video. Kisses like I always do. Bye.